Kick things off this evening, we have a 4-round lightweight contest. Please join me in welcoming in, from Portsmouth, Lucas Ballingall. And please welcome his opponent from Southampton, Billy Parker. This is a lightweight contest of 4 3-minute rounds. Introducing in the red corner, wearing the black shorts with the purple trim. Weighing in today at 9 stone, 11 pounds. With a record of 2 victories from 2 professional contests, from Portsmouth, the unbeaten Lucas Ballingall. And his opponent across the ring in the blue corner, wearing the black shorts with the silver trim. Weighing in today at 9 stone and 12 pounds, making his professional debut from Southampton, Billy Parker. Your referee, Robert Williams from Watford. Your timekeeper, Stephen Pucci from Milton Keynes. This is a lightweight contest of 4 3-minute rounds.
Second out, round 1.
So here we go, 4 3-minute rounds between Lucas Ballingall and Billy Parker. Ballingall in the purple and black, Parker in the predominantly grey shorts. And this match was made at very, very short notice. Just 24 hours ago, the call was made to Michael Ballingall, Lucas's father and trainer, to see if they could get him up here for the fight. And they put the fights on with Parker, who was actually a gym mate of Ballingall. So a pretty unusual scenario all round, Mickey, really.
It certainly is, Andy, and I think what's nice about both these boys, they help save the show. You know, at 24 hours notice, you know, give full credit to both of them, and obviously their teams as well for turning up and helping out.
Well, Ballingall with 2 fights, 2 wins so far. Gone the distance in both of them, both against the same opponent in Kazim Hussein, who's a very tough opponent, a journeyman, as we call them in the trade. He's at the stage of his career, really, Ballingall, where he's looking to get out and fight as often as he can. He did have a decent amateur background, but would admit himself he didn't take things too seriously when he was in the unpaid ranks, and has turned over and really intends to take boxing a lot more seriously these days. He does work as well, works nights as well, so they're looking to try and get him a sponsor if they can, so he can buckle down and box full time.
He's certainly shown a nice variety of shots, you know, leading with his left hand and throwing the screw shot uppercut as well. Interesting, you know, well, you know, with Parker as well, you know, as his debut coming in at short notice as well, Andy, you know, and like I said it earlier, you know, fair play to both of them.
Uppercut there from Ballingall with the left hand, didn't quite get through. Parker trying to throw right to the body of his own. Takes us back to your professional debut. How was the feeling when you stepped through those ropes?
Really exciting, you know, but I thought I had a bit more notice. But what's great about this as well, you know, this is where it all starts, and it's interesting because he's against Parker's against a much younger man as well. 12 years, he's junior, so he's not having an easy debut.
Well, just need to sort out one of the Toblerones on the side of the ring there. Parker almost tripping over it. Ballingall's 19 today, actually. Older brother Michael McKinson, 6-0 as a pro at the moment, so he's been around boxing for a long time. He's sparred a lot of good fighters over at the iBox with Alan Smith, and also has travelled over to the Selby camp. Selby rates him very, very highly. He was sparring Selby before his world title win against Evgeny Gradovich, and you're going to learn a lot from those kinds of experiences.
That's experience you can't buy, you know, and to take that into the pro game at such an early stage, you know, so young as well, to mix him with a new class of fighters, it's fantastic for him.
Our closing stages of what has been a fairly messy first round so far. Both of these two just struggling really to find their distance. Ballingall very tall for the weight. This one listed at lightweight in the end when they got into the ring, basically because it was taken at such short notice, but the better of that first round going to Lucas Ballingall.
Hi agent, just checking you can still hear me. Okay, cool. Just at the start there, I got a lot of echo. Mate, no problem.
Corners, 10 seconds. Seconds out, round 2.
So into the second round of this one, scheduled for 4, between Lucas Ballingall in the black and purple and Billy Parker in the grey and black. These two gym mates from down South Coast way. Parker making his debut. Ballingall, 2 fights, 2 wins in his career so far, and immediately looks to get onto that front foot. And he is very tall for the weight, isn't he, Mickey?
He certainly is, and I've been 19, you can see him growing and getting a lot bigger, but he threw 2 quality uppercuts with both hands at the beginning of his first round. He's certainly come out and set his stall, you know, letting Parker know he's there.
Put on a lot of power, a lot of height in recent times. He was quite a small, not particularly strong kid, I was told by his father and trainer Michael earlier on today, and he's gone through a real growth spurt. And I think his style as an amateur was that he generally tended to come forward. He was a come forward kind of fighter, but now he's got that height. He's learned to box a little bit more off the back foot and feels he's got a good combination of both.
He's certainly got that, and I think the second round he's actually proving that style is working for him much better than the first round, because as you said, the first round was quite scrappy. This round he's giving himself a bit more space, throwing a good variety of shots up and down.
Right hand to the body as Parker just tries to hold on in the corner there, then the left uppercut, and then goes down to the body again. I think this is going to be a tough 4 rounds for Billy Parker, who, as you said, Mickey, is in at the deep end really here in terms of a debut.
He certainly is. It's a tough fight for him. He's going to show a lot of resilience, which he's showing to, you know, stay in it.
I think part of the problem when he was an amateur, and also more recent times as well, but going back a couple of years now maybe, was that he found the diet side of boxing difficult. He found the weight side of boxing difficult. Michael Ballingall was telling me that at one point he went up to his room, looked under his bed and found about 50 wrappers for milk chocolate digestive hobnobs, and he realised that, you know, he wasn't eating right, he wasn't doing the right things. And it's not the easiest thing in the world, is it, particularly when you're a young man, growing body on you to keep control of all that.
No, it certainly isn't, and that's what's tough about this sport. You know, you got to make, you know, certain weight schedules. You know, and that's what that unfortunately a lot of young fighters, you know, take time to adjust. But it looks like he's certainly done it as a pro, You can sit and you see how good he's boxing tonight.
Right hand there from Ballingall again, just caught Parker. He looks to try and hold on. He's fighting again on November the 20th, Greg Steen show down in Bournemouth. Referee Bob Williams just warning him about shouldering his opponent there as he went to the body again with the right hand. Then look for that left uppercut, which has got through a couple of times.
Yeah, notice that, you know, young man, little trick like with his shoulder, dipping it in and pushing it onto Parker. Nice body shot. He dipped that right underneath the rib cage of Parker. Parker's done well here, Andy, you know, to survive that round. That was a tough round for him. That's that variety of punches. You know, he's throwing, he's giving himself more space. And you can tell he's looking for the gaps downstairs all the time, and he's having a real lot of success in that round, as you can see by the replays. That's that variety shot, the hook to the body. It's a good shot as a professional. You know, take the legs away from someone. But as I said, Billy Parker's done well to survive that round.
Corners, 10 seconds. Seconds out. Round 3.
So round 3 into the second half of this fight, scheduled for 4 between Lucas Ballingall in the black and purple and Billy Parker in the grey and black. Ballingall 2-0 so far, 2 fights, 2 wins, both against solid opposition in Kazim Hussein. Both, I think it's fair to say, not fights that he was ever likely to lose, but he got in there and got the job done. Won by a wide margin on both occasions. Points deducted from Hussein for holding in each of those contests. Parker making his debut at 31 years old. Both of these 2 fights out of the same gym. The match made at just 24 hours notice. Again, Ballingall lets go with almost a lead left uppercut there. That's a Juan Manuel Marquez manoeuvre. What's interesting about him as well is that he has got the height, as we talked about, so he can box off the back foot, but he does like to come forward, and you don't often see that from tall fighters. It's almost not what they're really supposed to do, but if you do get in close for those kind of long levers, you can do some serious damage to the body, which we've seen already.
That's a good point. You know, a lot of fighters don't get taught that as well in the gym, do they? But with him, he likes to get up close, as you said, and use them long shots, and he's quite spiteful with him as well. Can you imagine when he gets a bit stronger, he gets his man strength?
Again, a couple of left hands just sunk into the body of Parker here. As you said in the last round, Mickey, he's doing well because this is a tough professional debut. Took the fight at short notice, as they both did. But for your debut, normally you would want to have a decent amount of notice, wouldn't you? Yeah, without a doubt, and that's what, you know, fair play to both of them, both very brave for doing that. But more so to Billy Parker, because he's you know, he's a tough baptism for his first fight. But he's doing well, you know, he's hanging in now. Showing a lot of guts, get hit with a lot of shots here though. Well, that's a great combination of punches there from Ballingall. The left to the body, then the overhand right, and then came through with the left hand again, and the left gets through and rocks Parker's head back, and the right catches him just round about the ear. Bob Williams stalking around the ring, following these 2 around. Just having a good look at everything that's going on. Parker just backed up into the corner again here. Just warning him about the heads coming together. Casting your critical eye over Ballingall so far, Mickey, what doesn't he do? Anything you can pick out?
I was thinking sometimes he may just rush his work, but that's just over-eagerness, that's keenness, that's not a bad thing, you know, but he's settled, he's young, he's certainly very talented, and you can see why Lee Selby rates him. He's certainly got confidence as the fight's gone, each round's got better and better. You know, he's starting to relax and dip his shoulders more, and you can see he's certainly a good talent.
Well, he puts the punches together in good combinations, good variety as well in 6s and 7s rather than just in 2s and 3s. And Parker's doing what he needs to do here, which is just to try and tie him up when he gets into that kind of distance. Maybe it took him around that first round really to find that kind of distance, and now he's got it. That kind of 3/4 range, he can let those long arms go.
Yeah, he's dictating it again into the round, another good round for him. Again, Billy Parker's done really well to hang in there. Shows how tough he is.
Again, Ballingall just picking his punches nicely there, but Parker trying to get in and time up. That left to the body is a real weapon for him, isn't it?
It certainly is, and like, you know, he likes to dip his knees with it as well. I just think as well, if you give yourself a bit more space, you know, you find the gaps. But Billy Parker's just, you know, trying to hang in there, like you see him grappling him into survival mode. It's another good round. So he's 3 rounds to goods here.
Second out, 4th and final round.
Well, the two fighters came to the centre of the ring to touch gloves before this 4th and final round between Lucas Ballingall in the black and purple and Billy Parker in the grey and black. These two know each other very, very well, trained in the same gym. Both took this fight at 24 hours notice when they got the call from Mickey Elliott. Left hand there again from Ballingall, and Parker's been increasingly on the receiving end during this fight, but he's hanging in there. He's tying his man up whenever he can. He looks in good shape.
He looks in fantastic shape, and he needs to be, because Ballingall, as his fight's gone on, he's got better and better on it, but I think he fancies the stoppage because he's trying to walk him down. And you can see he's looking for the big shots. Dip down again, good uppercut.
That's a great combination. Left to the body followed by a left to the head. Kind of screw puncher almost, not quite an uppercut, not quite a hook, and again just whips it up from the waist. And this is high quality stuff from Lucas Ballingall. He does come very highly recommended, not just by his trainer, who's also his father, Michael Ballingall, but glittering resumes from the likes of Lee Selby, Alan Smith down at the iBox gym. He's got a lot of good fighters down there, the likes of Bradley Skeet, Johnny Garton, Lewis Petit, Darryl Williams, of course.
You know what's interesting? He's very clever with his feet. He cuts the space. You watching the way he's walking Billy Parker down. He goes across him. As Parker tries to move, he walks across him. So Parker's having to work ever so hard. There is a game where he steps over. Again, another good combination from the young man.
That use of the feet, so it's a way of being a pressure fighter, isn't it? Without throwing continual punches, because he's always putting pressure on with that front foot. There's just nowhere to go, is there? There's no way to get out.
Like I said, that's a good point, but you know, he makes it look so simple. But when you're on the back foot, it's harder for that fight, especially for Billy Parker. You know, he's having to work so hard. He's very clever, young man.
Parker again just trying to get in a little bit closer whenever he can, which is probably the safest place to be, but he's done well here, as we've been saying throughout the course of the fight. He has done really well.
He's done really well, you know. As you said, 24 hours notice, and it's a tough fight for him against a young, up-and-coming, you know, buoyant young fighter. He's done really well, you know. He's a tough man, and you know, he'd be a good addition to the pro ranks, Billy Parker.
Again, Ballingall looking for that left to the body, followed by a left to the head, then a right to the body, and then just allowed Parker to sink into him and just tie him up into the last 30 seconds. And it looks like Parker will hear the final bell. He's never looked unduly troubled by anything that's come his way, but he has worn quite a few to the midsection and to the head as well. There's that left uppercut again that just comes in from a good angle as well. Just takes a step away to the left-hand side and throws it up the middle. Difficult to anticipate the angles that he's going to throw his punches from.
It's at the eye line, them shots, aren't they? That's why it's really difficult for Parker to see him. But he's dug in well here, Billy Parker. He should be proud of himself. Good fight to start the half, Andy.
It was. Good, solid 4 3-minute rounds there. It will definitely be a win for Lucas Ballingall on Bob Williams' card. There's no doubt about that. But Billy Parker, as we said on debut, hung in there for those 3 minutes. 12 minutes is a very, very long time when you're on the receiving end. And he wasn't on the receiving end to any dangerous degree. I'm sure the referee would have stepped in had he been, but there's a good workout that for Lucas Ballingall. He's at the stage of his career really where he just needs to get out and fight as often as he can.
Without that, it's a great learning fight for him, and when you see it here, you know, he's looking for them big shots all the time from distance. You know, shows a great variety, and there's that double left to the body and uppercut to the chin. There we go, referee's decision.
Now let's get the announcement. Our MC tonight, Mark Schmid, will be ready very shortly.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 4 rounds of lightweight action, referee Williams scores the contest 40 points to 36 points to your winner and still unbeaten from Portsmouth, Lucas Ballingall.
So 3 wins out of 3 for Lucas Ballingall, still yet to lose a round in his professional career. We'll be seeing more of him, I am sure.